All right, here we go. Let's see, video. Let's see. Hi, friends. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Let me turn my music off here. All right. Welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so I'm live from my kitchen here. Oh, my audio is off. Here we go. Hello, hi, everyone. Welcome. This is day 3. Hi, good to see you, beautiful people. Hi, Andrew. Tawana, hi Jill and Kate, Stan. We got a great room here. So happy to see you all here today. Today's gonna be so much fun. I love making desserts. So you're gonna learn my secrets to raw food desserts. They're so good, so much flavor, and they are alive with enzymes. So I like to call this a guilt-free dessert. Okay, let's see. You're gonna mute now. Now I got my Zoom going. Apparently yesterday, what happened was with my Zoom, was I had a different application. I uploaded a new application and I couldn't figure it out. So we figured it out now. All right, so let's see here. I'm gonna pin myself. Welcome to the kitchen here. Welcome, my friends. Okay, this is gonna be so fun. We're gonna make dessert. Today's gonna be maybe 30 minutes. I always say that and I tend to go longer. So today's gonna be about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. And I'm gonna make a raw tiramisu cake and some chocolate fudgy, kind of like superfood protein balls or bars. You can make them into really anything. You could shape them how you want. So we're gonna make that. Why? Because it's my favorite. And if you like chocolate, you're gonna love this. So welcome you all. So what I wanna share is how fun and exciting and delicious raw foods are. So I have YouTube on. Hi, YouTube. I don't have a microphone today for my YouTube, so sorry if the sound is not too great, but welcome. All right, so what I want to share is why I love raw foods. This changed my life. I helped so many people going raw and on their juice fast. So with a juice fast is how I healed myself. And I was so intrigued with raw foods because when you cleanse your body, I'm all about detoxing, right? Before we start anything. When we cleanse, that's a great foundation to start a whole new way of living, right? So if we don't cleanse the terrain, it's more challenging, it takes really long, and it doesn't really get to the root cause. We gotta cleanse first. So after my transition from my juice fast, I wanted more raw food. So this is a natural process. If you've been thinking about juice fasting, juice feasting, it's really juice feasting because we're drinking so much, you're never hungry. And if you're hungry, you would just drink your favorite juice, So definitely that's a misconception that you're gonna go hungry. You're fine, you're gonna be energized. But what happens after is you want more living foods, you want more smoothies, you want more fruit, you want more salads. Because we have now changed the chemistry of our microbiome. It's now more alkaline. Our pathogens are more alkaline. I can just bring this up a little bit here. And so naturally, you're gonna want these foods. You're gonna want a juice every day. You're gonna want your green juice every day. You're gonna want salads and smoothies. It's part of the whole process. It's the quickest way to change those habits and those cravings that we all have here and there, depending if it's a savory craving or if it's a sweet craving, breads and pastas. The reason is, well, that's all we've eaten, so what do you think our microbes are wanting? That's what we fed it. When we cleanse the body, we do a deep, extensive juice fast journey, which is what I love and I recommend. Then we transition into a whole new life, right? A whole new way of living. Not to say you're not gonna have certain things you still wanna have, but something's gonna shift. There's gonna be a change. It's gonna be a positive change where you're gonna want more foods that are alive and hydration and all that. All right, so we're gonna get started. How are you today? Has it been helpful this week? Have you implemented any of the recipes? Let's see, have you tried any of the recipes? Are you planning on trying any of the recipes? I'd love to hear how you're doing out there. We got a chat box going. I love it. And thank you for having your cameras on, because when you have your cameras on, I don't feel like I'm talking to myself, and I get more excited and I have more energy. Because if cameras are off, I feel like I'm talking to myself. It feels kind of crazy. So if you have your cameras on, thank you. And I show up 110% for you when your cameras are on. And I just want to give you more. Okay, cool. Let's see the chat box. It's going off. Hi, yes, praise the Lord Jesus. Jesus was the reason why I changed my life, because I asked him for a solution, because I was down to my knees. I was sick all my life. And I feel better at 43 than I did in my 20s now, because I juice every day and I cleanse my body, and it gives me so much natural energy. I don't drink coffee anymore, maybe a little bit. This dessert has a little coffee, but I used to drink coffee because I needed it. Now it's maybe once in a blue moon, just to like savor it, but it's definitely not for my energy. My energy is from my green juice, and I just finished about 38 days on a juice fast journey. All right, 38 days. This is my energy. Okay, cool. So let's see where we're going. We're gonna start. What do you think of making? Making bread. That's all good. But I don't recommend personally having bread every day, because it's flour, it's mucus causing, and then we have parasites, these critters that live off of candida and mucus forming foods, and these sugars that break down and into mucus, right? And so this is why the body is ill, because we're living off breads and pastas. And now I'm not saying you can't ever have that. You do you. Would I have that for my health? Should humanity have that every day? Well, no, because that's mucus causing, right? Now, if it's a sourdough that you just made, a sourdough bread, it's all fresh, it's got these bacteria that are alive, it's kind of fermenting, it's probably not as bad. I would go that way. And maybe once in a blue moon, sure. I honestly, yeah, once, but to have it every day, I would not have it every day, because that is not gonna digest easily in my body. But fruit's gonna digest in my body. Soaked nuts and seeds are easier to digest. Greens and salads, smoothies and fruit, that just flows through my body. If there's any constipation or stagnation, there's disease in the body after that, because there's buildup. Okay, we're gonna get started here. So I'm so glad you all are here. Greetings, Diana, Gloria. Awesome, we're gonna rock this today. I'm gonna bring to you, and if I can share my YouTube, my Instagram. Hi, hello. YouTube, I have a YouTube. If you haven't joined, you should. Raw Living Way. Okay, I want to screen share my desserts, because we're gonna make a tiramisu cake today, and I'm gonna see if I can do this really quick here. If it's gonna be a hassle. Okay, well, yeah, I have to log in. We're not gonna do that then. Okay, we're gonna just get to it. Okay, great. So I'm gonna try to do this. I have everything laid out to make it easy to understand. Take notes, okay? Take notes. Oh, and I'm gonna start recording. Okay. Record to the iCloud. Record to the iCloud. Recording in progress. Awesome. Can you hear me? We're good. All right. So, hello and welcome. This is our third day of our raw food boot camp, and today we're gonna make dessert. We are making dessert today. So this is one of my favorite ones. I've made it enough times where it's just so simple to make, and I take it to parties. I used to sell my desserts, these little mini cakes, raw food cakes, and they were great. So I love making strawberry and chocolate, cacao, what else? Blueberry. You can see all these photos I have on my Instagram at Raw Living Way. And now I make it for fun. If I have a party or an event or friends giving, I bring it, and it's always a hit. It's always gone. So that's when you know it's good. Hi, Laura. All right, we're gonna rock this. We are here. Are you on every Wednesdays? Well, I will be on weekly as much as I can for everyone here that's included on my email list. And I'll do my best here as well. I'll turn on YouTube as well. Hi, friends on YouTube. I'm not ignoring you. Hello. Okay, so yes, this is a great cake, and I'm gonna go over the ingredients as I'm doing this. I'm gonna make it as simple as possible. I love simple and rustic, and we're gonna do that before I wanna make a quick salad. because for the past two workshops here, if you've noticed, these salads get kind of fancy with all the creams and nuts and seeds. I want to show you how easy it can make to make, you know, dressings just like you would cooked, anything that's cooked or creamy or cheesy with dairy. I wanted to just show you a raw version. But today I'm going to show you my favorite kind of salad, which is so simple. Okay, so simple. And we're going to make that right now. Okay. So for those that want these recordings, I do have it in the membership. I just offered this yesterday. And for those, I have it in the membership. And for those of you that get VIP, you get all the recipes, you get all the recordings. But I'm also going to share it with those who aren't in the membership. If you have a couple of recipes you like, just email me. All right, you'll get them. Okay. And then I'll share more about the membership if you're interested. It's a great place to get all these resources. I'm live in action. I help guide people through this raw living way for juicing and healing on a healing journey, transition phase from fasting to raw foods. And all of it is the safest way. So you're getting your calories, you're getting everything you need and more. Okay, it's going to be smooth when you have guidance and you know how to do this right. Because if you're not doing it right, juicing or raw foods that don't make sense, well, that's not really going to help us move forward, right? There is a system to this. So let's make a quick salad here. My favorite kind of salad is simple. I love a simple salad. Okay. So let's try that first. So this is what I would make as just an everyday. I know we've made fancy stuff, but I don't do that stuff every day. I don't have time to make all that kind of, I do that for you all to learn, to see. We can make Caesar dressings, marinara sauce uncooked and raw, all these things I want you to see how simple it is. But this is the cleanest kind of style salad that I like, and it's still hearty. This is at the heart of what I really showcase and want to teach others when they're breaking a fast and making the best decisions, all right? The other stuff is fancy and creamy and all this fun stuff, but do I recommend that kind of food every day when it's all these nuts and seeds every day? No, I don't. No, I don't. Once in a while, we have these amazing options. We want to keep it simple. We want our body to have foods that digest. The goal is we want to avoid congestion in our bowels, because the reason society, human beings are ill, we have over 30 to 40 pounds of fecal waste in our gut. And this is a fact. And it doesn't stop coming out. You're juicing 40 days, this stuff is coming out. And this is why there's sickness, because this filth putrefies. And then there's toxemia throughout the body. And God knows there's havoc. Now we have rashes and we have these symptoms. No, it's a symptom of the fecal matter that's just accumulating and accumulating, right? Okay, so this is a simple salad, just arugula. I did wash my hands, okay? Arugula. What else here? Oh, my tomato, did I leave my tomatoes here? Okay. So I'm just making simple salad that I eat, like I would eat every day. And I recommend simple salads, right? Simple salads are the way to go. Okay, so we're gonna add some tomato here. So if you don't know this, I have been a classically trained chef. I've worked in, gosh, many kitchens all over Los Angeles, and fine dining, all fine dining. So everything you're learning with me is, I've been trained by French chefs, and now I make raw food. So there's always little tricks I do, and someone was telling me that it looks so simple. Well, it is simple. You don't have to complicate things, right? A lot of times I see raw foodies doing some crazy stuff with the dehydrator and all these ingredients, but that's not, we want simple. Farm to table. You go to this farmer's market, you have a garden, we put everything in there. And when you have quality ingredients, I'm sorry, this isn't from the farmer's market today, but that's how you get the quality ingredients. When you have simplicity of ingredients, that's the flavor, right? Once you start adding too many things and dressings and oils and nuts and seeds in that dressing, too much, well, you can't really taste the food as much, right? So you want to make the vegetables the focus. Okay, so we're going to do that here. We're going to add some avocado, and then you can make this how you want, add what you want. But this is my version of what I love. All right, so just avocado, and my dressing is going to be a simple dressing but with lots of flavor, okay? So a little avocado. Let's see, where's my trash bin? I'll use this here. I love avocado. I'm going to do half an avocado. I don't recommend a full avocado. I had someone once, you know, I'm going to wear a glove here. I cut myself a little bit earlier. Nipped myself just a bit, so I'm going to wear a glove. And he was telling me he adds, you know, 2 avocados to a smoothie every day. You know, I don't recommend 2 avocados first thing in the morning. That's a lot of fat you're giving your body. 2 avocados in a smoothie. Ooh. Avocado is not something that's very hydrating. There's a little water in here, right? Not a lot. So you can't compare avocado to a fruit or a vegetable that is hydrating. And that's going to slow the digestion in the morning. And I didn't want to judge the person. I just listened. I said, 2 avocados, you must be constipated because I do this for a living. You're constipated. But I didn't say that. I just know he's not going every day. He's not. We should be going to the bathroom 3 times after a meal. So I said, that's slowing you down. Okay, so we got that going. And you can put some, I love herbs. So I'm going to put some cilantro. Cilantro is great for heavy metal detox. I add cilantro to my juices. If you know, I'm a Juice Fast coach, and to my juices. And in my protocol, I recommend cilantro. And for those of you who know, it's very detoxing. It's detoxing to the brain, heavy metals, aluminum, you know, like if you've had cavities and mercury. So I love fresh herbs. And we're gonna add a little bit of shallot to this. Second. And I wanted to make this today, this quick salad, because I've been doing a lot of salads with these dressings, and I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I'm very careful about that that's an everyday thing. I don't. That's just me teaching, you know, and it's great. It's raw, creamy stuff. I'd rather eat that. I love it, but I can't indulge in that heavy stuff every day. Okay, so we got herbs. We got arugula. We're going to get some shallot. I love shallot. It's very known that in fine dining we use shallots because it's a soft onion. It's a sweet onion, right? So it's going to give your food very thin slices of this. It's going to give your food just a little bite of onion, but it's not going to be too harsh on the palate. It's not going to sting too much. It's a very mellow, sweet onion, which we love. All right, so a little bit of shallot. You can make this your own, how you prefer. And I think we're almost good here. What else do I want to add? I'm going to add some sprouts to this. I can add the whole thing that's left. You can always make your own sprouts. As you know, sprouts are a superfood. Let's see here. Oh, wow, 21 people. I got to do more of this. We got a full room on YouTube. I mean, I'm going to do a whole, hey, y'all. You're all invited every time I do this, all right? Hello. Okay, so we got that going. All right, easy, right? What else can we do? Well, you want to add some nuts and seeds, some pepita seeds. I love that. Some sunflower seeds. Sunflower is vitamin E, great for the skin, anti-aging. It plumps the skin. This is where you can add the nuts and seeds. Now, we want to soak nuts and seeds, right? I got this soaking for our dessert that we have coming up. You want to soak your nuts and seeds to give your digestive system a break so the digestive system isn't working so hard, and over time, this is aging to the gut. When we soak our nuts and seeds, as many of you know here that are here on my lives, you release the enzyme prohibitors, right? So now we can absorb the nutrients and the minerals. And it cleans them. Look how dirty these pecans are. Look at all that brown gunk. We don't want that, right? So we cleanse them. We soak them. Okay, that's pretty much what I love here. We can add some nuts and seeds, like I said. I think I'm good, though. Just want to give you some idea. I do recommend, though, you know, some pepita seeds. You can also add some soaked walnuts, whatever you like. And you can make it your own. Add whatever veggies. Cucumber would be amazing here, which I could add. So now let's dress it. So what I like, I'm going to do some orange. Let's see if I have my microplane. Someone was asking, this is called a microplane, and it's great. So I'm just doing a little bit of this. Now, you can make a dressing in a bowl with orange juice, lemon zest, lemon juice, orange juice, a little shallots in there, seasoning, cumin, right? Simple, delicious. But we're gonna do it right in there. And then I'm gonna add some orange juice, fresh, some citrus, okay. This here, you can add as much as you want there. Now we're gonna do some lemon. You can also lemon zest, a little lemon zest. Let's do a little lemon zest to give it a kick. If I was making a dressing with this, I would definitely add lemon zest to all my dressings. So I recommend you wanna give your dressings a pop. Do lemon zest, your guest will let you know how good that dressing is, I guarantee. And really, what was the secret? It was that zest. So we're gonna get some lemon juice. So Donald, you're in here, right? I hope you're watching this. You wanna know more about dressings. Donald, this is the way to go. You're gonna love this one here. Because Donald's doing more a little bit of like a cleaner version of his raw foods right now. That's where he's at. All right, we got that going. And we're gonna do some Celtic sea salt. Fresh ground pepper. Here's the difference. This is fresh ground pepper. Cannot compare this to anything else. If it's dead and it's not fresh, I don't even want that stuff in me. You know what I mean? Got something here that I want to share. Okay, this is where it gets fun. So when people say, well, what, I want you to make a dressing for us. I'm like, this is a dressing. That's all you need. The avocado in here is a healthy fat. So that avocado is going to give you nice dressing and that creaminess, right? So this is a dressing. So I love za'atar. It gives it a nice pop. It's got a little cumin. So I'm going to add a little bit of za'atar. It's a Middle Eastern. Some of you may know about za'atar, right? So I love that. You can add za'atar to anything. It just brings it up to a nice fragrant taste to that. And this is sumac, which is a mild spice. And that's what I do. And that's what I would do. Then you can add cayenne pepper and a little bit of olive oil. Do I have a little bit of olive oil? If not, let's see. I don't think I do anymore. I used it yesterday, but I would add a little bit of olive oil in here. So what's the flavor in here? Just a touch. Do you have to add olive oil? If you're not, no, you can go without olive oil. I like a little touch of olive oil to give it a velvetiness to it. And it's a little rich. I like that. Poquito, just a little bit. And I got my seasonings in there. The onion is gonna give it flavor, that sweet onion. What else is in there that's gonna make it pop? And that lemon, it's great. And so then I just like to mix it up, just like so. Pretend that olive oil's in there. I would have done a little bit, just a tiny bit. And I would do a little bit more orange juice. And lemon juice. And this is just so delicious. I mean, and with that, the spices in there, you can add a little bit of cayenne. And that's it, you know, that's a simple dressing, okay? So I hope you enjoyed that. Do you like that? Was that good? All right, cool. All right, easy. And then that's it. All right. So that's my go-to daily salad. And then I would plate that. Like I would at a nice, beautiful restaurant. And there you go, okay? Simple salad, so delicious, so much flavor, healthy and fresh. This is it. All right, let's get started with dessert. I'm gonna put this over here. Okay. Let's see, that looks excellent. Yes, very refreshing. I love it. And it's really nice with that. I love that shallot. It's just a really nice bite to it. It's not overpowering, like, you know. Red onion would be good too if you have red onion. All right, we're gonna get started with the dessert. How you doing? We're good, huh? Any questions? I'm happy to take someone on the microphone here. You can just unplug, get your mic on if you have any questions there. Okay, so let's see here. What else was I going to show you real quick here? Hi. Oh, greetings from France. Hello. Okay. We'll get started on the dessert. I'm going to clean my section here. All right, let's see here. Beautiful salad. Hi, Gloria. We're good. Hi, everyone's looking good over there. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Debbie, Kate. Curdy, awesome. Did you like that salad? Okay, good. All right, let's do this. Okay, this is the tiramisu cake you can make to your next event. Let's get started. Okay, we're gonna make the base first. So, I mean the crust. We're gonna make the graham crust, right? Raw, vegan. And these are the pecans I have soaking. Now I'm gonna rinse them off. Woo, so much cleaner, easy to digest. And your tummy and your gut will thank you for that, all right? And that's what we want. We wanna make this simple for us and easy on the gut. Okay, so we're gonna make this into a nice crumble for that. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just dry these off a little bit. I'm gonna dry these off here so they're not super wet. It'll be fine. I think that's enough. So this is about half a cup of pecans in that, because what I'm making is a little small cake. These are great. They're great for 5 people. Because what happens is the nuts and I'm gonna use macadamia and coconut. It's so creamy and rich. You just want a nice little piece of this. Goes a long way. Okay. Put this away here. Okay, so we have that going there. And what else do I want in my crust? I got some flaxseed, hemp seed protein. So I'm gonna add some hemp seeds to this. So this is fantastic healthy fat and protein, but it's a healthy fat protein, right? So we have this, so that was about, I would say, we could do 3 tablespoons of the hemp seeds to half a cup of the pecans. And what else? I'm gonna add some flaxseed to this. I just ground this flaxseed yesterday, and I wanna make sure that you know, if the flaxseed you purchase it where it comes ground like this, it's rancid, right? So you wanna buy whole flaxseed and you wanna blend it yourself. This is from yesterday. It's fresh, it's not rancid. And then I keep my flaxseed in the refrigerator. Okay, so we're gonna do about, that was about 1/4 of that. And this is a binder. This is the egg replacer. Egg replacer in raw food is typically flaxseed. You can use psyllium husk. You can also use chia seed, and you can grind your chia seed. All right, so there's that. We're gonna add a little bit of Celtic salt, and I think that's it for that. I think that's a good base. You can add seeds to this. You can add, what else can we add? Well, we have flaxseed. You can add some chia to this. But I like this flavor because it's not, sometimes chia gets a little bit, you can taste like it's a little bit grimy, which is okay if you have enough flavors of other flavors to cover that up. Otherwise, it has a funny taste, that chia. But this is clean. All right, and maybe I'll add some cinnamon to this. So I'll add some cinnamon. This is the crust, just a little bit. We got a little bit of Celtic salt, and we're good. We're gonna get this going here for our cheesecake. Or I should say our tiramisu cake. Oh, I forgot dates. So these are 3 dates in here. Remember that the base is going to have sweetness to it. So if the base has sweetness to it, we don't want to have too much. We don't want the crust to be too sweet. I mean, you don't really even have to add the dates, okay? But I do like a little bit of sweetness to my crust, but you can omit that to make it less sweet. Now, what would have made the dates blend easier? We could have soaked these dates. I always soak my dates, you know. It's never going to be perfect, but I'll tell you to make it easier, soak your dates even for like 10 minutes. So when you blend it, it's a smoother blend, but it'll still work. That looks awesome. Perfect. I think I'll just do a little bit more of a blend. I think it's fine though, but let me just do a little bit more of a, you know what? I'm going to keep it rustic. There's going to be a little bite here and there to the crust, which I like. So we're going to keep this a little rustic, and I'll show you what this looks like. All right. So it's not too, here you go. It's not too thin. It's got a little bit of, here and there, there's some chunks, which is nice. Okay. Get that going. Okay, so now we're gonna add our crust to our tray here. I like to add a little bit of parchment on the bottom because I like to take my pie out. And when I take my pie out, let's see if you can see this. It'll be easy to transfer out of this pie mold. It'll just pop up, and you can easily transfer this off when you have parchment paper on this, okay? So let's do that. So we want to get the exact size. Let me just measure this here. So I'm just gonna. So I want this to fit my mold exactly, right? It'll just be easier. Okay, cool. All right. Now it's going in here. Now I'm dumping this in here. So if you're gonna do, I like the ratio of crust I did because it's not too much of the graham cracker. So if it's too thick, I don't necessarily like that where the whole cake is just the cracker itself. Like, you know, so that'll be up to you. Do you like it mostly with the graham cracker? Then you would add a double amount, right? But I like just a little bit of this. Otherwise, it can get a little dense and heavy. That's it. Simple, easy peasy, my kind of style. And now we're just gonna press this down. I took this to a party once, well, a few times, and then one person said, wait, she's like, did you buy that? Did you buy it? I said, no, I made it. You made it? And I was like, this is very simple, I think, right? Because you made it? No, but she's like, but it looks like, she didn't believe me. She's like, but it looks like you bought it. I'm like, why would I lie? Why would I lie? But it was a compliment, kind of. It was kind of a compliment. I didn't know how to, I said, okay, thank you. I just said, thank you, thank you. I said, well, if it looks that good. But no, it's a great cake. So what I like to do is I like to press it down to the sides, to the very edge of the end of it. It looks really pretty when you take it out of the mold. You can see the side of it. It's really beautiful. I used to sell these for like 80 bucks, these little ones. But you could see that, you know, it's good quality ingredients in here. But yeah, these cakes I used to sell for 80 bucks, but they sold. I just don't have time to do this anymore, right? So maybe one day when I open my raw food cafe, you know, but not now, it just takes time. But here, so as you can see, I'm pressing towards the end. It'll have a really pretty finish. All right, and that's pretty much it. And you can also soften this down. I wonder if there's a way to do this. Well, I can use this kind of just to press it down and to even it out. So you get an even crust, okay? That's what we want, all right? So you want to get an even crust. So this does a really nice job just with my spatula here. Awesome. Thank you, Laura. Janet, will you put on the recipe in the chat? Don't see. Are you in the membership, John? If not, it's okay. I'll gift this to you because you're here and you're present. Oh, all these recipes are in the membership. John, just go to your library. This is already there. You got it. Okay. Beautiful. Look at that. I mean, that is gorgeous. All right, let's get going. Next, blender time. All right, so why does this cake differ from a lot of raw foodies out there? And why do I find that my method is superior? And I'm not boasting. I know my method is superior because we use fine ingredients that are gonna be the least constipating to the body. Where other raw food cakes, it's all nuts and seeds. I mean, they have no filler. So that's some heavy stuff. And so why I find that my method is superior, I always want food and recipes that are the least invasive to our gut, the least chaos causing. So that's what we're doing here as much as possible. And if you have ideas of something I can do to make them even, you know, lighter, I want to say lighter, let me know. I want to learn too, you know, I'm here to learn. We're all students of life here. Okay, so I love coconut. This coconut I've been using for the past 3 days for our workshops. I used it for a crema, a lime crema, which was like a sour cream, Mexican style. It was so great. I used it for something else, I don't remember. It was another cream sauce. And now we're gonna use it for the tiramisu cake. So this coconut, you can either purchase it, it's already been cut up, or you can buy a real coconut, and you can scrape it out, right? Or can we use coconut flakes? Sure, you can use coconut flakes. Soak those coconut flakes, just like I'm soaking this. Is it the same? No, this is more alive and active than a dehydrated coconut. Is it okay? Yes. We do our best. So if you got coconut flakes, get those coconut flakes in there. You're gonna get this result. But this is more alive. This has enzymes. This is rich and it's raw, right? So this is gonna be superior. So I would say this is about half a cup of coconut to a cup, okay? Maybe three-fourths of a cup. That was about 3/4 of a cup. All right, so now I have macadamia nuts. So I was gonna use cashew, but cashew, the quality of cashew nowadays, I don't trust it. I still use it here and there, but I'm staying away from it because I've heard how they treat these women. There's a movie out on how they treat these women that produce these cashews, and I saw the video and I was just like, this can't be, you know. So I said, I don't know, and I heard, you know, and then they're not really raw. Cashews are not really raw. If you buy them raw from a specific local person, yes, but nowadays these cashews are cooked up. So I'm just here and there, don't really use it anymore. And macadamia nuts are high quality and they taste delicious. So we're gonna do macadamia nuts, okay? And this is about, I've had these soaking, this is about half a cup. Hi, Ethan. Ethan went on Ethan's on our YouTube. He did, what was it, Ethan? You did what, like 130 days, 140 days on juicing? How did that go, Ethan? You did all juices. Okay. So we got that going. Okay, what else? Well, we're gonna do coconut water. Now, do I recommend this coconut water over real coconut? No. If you have real coconut water from the coconut, use that, of course. But we do our best, okay? So I'm gonna use, I like this quality. This is good, right? There's only coconut water. The problem with coconut water nowadays, there's like 10 ingredients. You don't want that. It's gotta say just coconut water. That's what we want. Now, I could have, you know, gotten the real coconut today, but I didn't. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna do, so now we have here about the mix. It's about, I would say that looks like 2 cups altogether. Kind of looks like 2 cups here. So this will do 3/4. Okay, 3/4. Next, we are gonna do, for this one, I had a vanilla bean here. We have vanilla bean, so we're gonna do real vanilla bean. Okay, pop, right in there. It's gonna give it good flavor. I'm gonna add a little Puradyme LIYFBIOTIC. This is a probiotic. It gives it a little bit of a tang, but I love it for the health benefits. So this is a good bacteria for the gut. It helps to break down any undigested proteins. I always try to add probiotic powder, good quality, to anything and everything. When we think about food as thy medicine, how can we superfood? How can we level up our meal? Little things like this, it makes a difference. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this. I would say that's like a teaspoon. Maybe a fourth, that was like a fourth of a teaspoon. That wasn't too much, just a little bit. I'm gonna add some Celtic salt, just a tiny bit, just a pinch of that there, not a lot. And we can start blending. This is just the base. I'm thinking, what else can I add here for my base? Oh, lemon. So I'm gonna add, I would say this is about half a teaspoon of lemon. Brings out the flavor of the vanilla and of everything else. Gives it a little pop. All right, let's start blending. Whoops, wrong one. So I have a Vitamix. I do recommend a Vitamix to make your life easier. It's worth the investment. Anything that can make your life easier in the kitchen, I'm all about it. Let your tools go to work. Let your tools work for you so you don't have to put in all that energy in the muscle. Tools are meant for us to make our life easier. That's why we invest in good tools for the kitchen. This going. My bad. Get ready for that. Okay, here we go. Looks like it's gonna need a little help here. Oh, and one thing I forgot, but we'll get that in a second here. My coconut oil. So what's gonna stabilize this so the cake doesn't fall apart after we freeze it? A little bit of coconut oil. What else can stabilize this? Well, I can add a little bit of flaxseed to this so it could stabilize it. I can add a little bit of psyllium husk, which I can do, which I have. So I'm gonna add just about 1 teaspoon of the psyllium husk. This is my egg replacer, right? So it's about 1 teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half. Let's do 2 teaspoons. We don't want this to fall apart. All right, so I'm gonna melt this. And this here is raw coconut butter. Oh, did I get butter? Well, even great. I was gonna get oil, but you know what? This should actually stabilize it even more. This will be great. I'm gonna melt this. You can use coconut oil or coconut butter. See how hard that is? That's good. That's gonna, when this freezes and we leave it, bring it out of the refrigerator, out of the freezer, it's not gonna break apart. It'll stabilize it. So I'm just gonna melt a little bit of this. And I love this because this is whole, organic, and it's raw, right? So when we get a coconut oil from the store, we want unrefined. It hasn't been processed. So when I heat up food, this is ceramic. I'm very safe in my kitchen. This is non-toxic, no chemicals, handmade. This is all 100% material from the earth, okay? So we want this. Just a little bit here, just to melt this while I blend that. All right. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons. No more than 2 tablespoons because I don't want my cake to taste like coconut oil. You know, even a tablespoon and a half, just enough so that your mix solidifies, is solid. And what I just used, the psyllium husk, that's a binder. That's gonna hold it anyway, so we're good. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of this because it's not blending. Melting, and I'm going to add some date syrup, which I almost forgot. This is date syrup, sweetener. You can also add wild honey. I love wild honey. I know if you're vegan, you don't, maybe someone, I love wild honey, but either one is fine. What do you like as a sweetener? I like this. This is great. So I'm going to do just a little bit of this. I would say I'm going to do 2 tablespoons, okay? 1, 2. As you can see, it took a little bit of time there, and this is a really good blender. I can't imagine not having this blender. Gosh, I don't know if this would work. So you need a good blender, right? You see how much easier it is. And this was about 1 cup of that coconut water, okay? So that's what it took. And you'll see when you're blending it, is it gonna be perfect every time? You'll know the texture. And actually, I'm only gonna add 1 tablespoon of that coconut oil because I see that's already thick enough with that psyllium husk was enough to hold it. All right. Now, I'm going to show you what this looks like. It's beautiful. And I like to keep blending it because what happened there, it's smoother. So when you bite your cake, you're not going to have chunks of coconut. You're not going to have chunks of walnut, of macadamia or whatever. You want it to be smooth, a smooth cheesecake bite. So you want to blend it. So there's that. See how creamy that is. See that, guys? So you want it nice and creamy blended. Okay, let's get started here. What about the taste test? Okay, let's do it. That's good. Okay, so I think it's perfect, but I'm gonna add a little bit more of this, just a little bit more. And it's gonna give it a little, I need it a little bit more. Do your sweetness how you want it. You gotta taste test everything. In a kitchen, as a chef, we taste everything as we're doing it. What's the secret to good food? You taste it. Okay, cool. Ooh, this is looking good already. So now, oh no, I overdid this. Oopsie. I'm gonna have to do that again. I'm not even gonna use coconut oil. We're not doing coconut oil. Doesn't need it. This is already thick enough. So that was 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk, or you can do 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. You choose. Okay, so we're gonna start assembling. So first layer will be the vanilla, okay? And we're gonna save the second layer, make sure it's blended well, because I added more date syrup. The second layer will be the cocoa tiramisu layer, okay? Just wanna get that date syrup combined. Okay, so half and half. First layer. So you wanna get evenness throughout the pie. And that should be good for that first layer. Half and half. Okay, next we're making the espresso layer, okay? So let me see here if I have, I'll use this bowl in here. How simple is this? And delicious. Are you guys enjoying this? Does this give you new ideas to make your own cakes? And then the next one will be really easy, like a quick fudge and go kind of snack. It's got protein in there. It's got vitamins and minerals for our next one. You wouldn't even know it's got good properties in there. It's so good and fudgy. Because chocolate is my weakness. Awesome, Patricia. Are you gonna make this, Patricia? Chocolate is my weakness. So I said, listen, I'm gonna have chocolate. We just gotta figure out how this is gonna work. So I said, okay, we're gonna just make it. We're gonna make it at home. It'll be much better. Okay, so let me just get all of this out. And actually what I recommend is a blender spatula, which I have. Let's see if it's in here. I have a special blender spatula. And I wanna show this to you, but if I don't find it, then I can't. You probably know what it looks like. They sell it with the Vitamix too. It's a thin spatula, but we're gonna make this work. And it's meant specifically for blenders. You probably have it at home. Whoops, wrong one. So. You wanna get every piece of this goodness. We do not wanna waste any of it, right? And that's why it's good to have that spatula, but it's okay. I wasn't intending on using it. I didn't plan it, but this is okay. This will work. This will work. How long do you soak the macadamia nuts? So I had this event right now, right? And everything I got prepared today, I recommend leaving your soaked nuts or seeds overnight. Let them soak in the refrigerator overnight. If you can't soak them overnight and it's last minute, you know, like today, I just got all my stuff today. I went to the grocery store. If it's something like that, then I recommend, I just did 10 minutes with hot water. I have my hot water going, you know, that steamer, and I let them soak. That's a quick chef's secret there in all kitchens. When we gotta soak those nuts quickly, you soak them in hot water, and within 10 minutes, there you go. Okay, so I hope you, I sent out the recordings for everyone. If they're out for this week, you guys get those recordings. You should watch them because I have all these, I made recipes throughout the week. They're really great. You'll get really good ideas to go raw. If you're wanting to go raw, or if you've been raw, I gave some gems. You don't want to miss that. Okay, if you're in the VIP, you get the whole thing. VIP, or you purchased, or you're in the membership. Okay, so there's that. Now what? Well, let me clean my station. Start fresh. So I love this. It's an offset spatula for desserts. You can really, if you're gonna do a pie or some frosting raw, you can always use this. This is great for all kitchens. I may use that in a second here. Okay, let's do the second layer. So I got myself some espresso. Okay, so we're gonna do that. This is espresso, fresh. I would say that's half of it. You can do the whole thing. If you want it very espresso-y, do the whole thing. I'm just doing half of the espresso shot. And you know what? I'm gonna add a little bit of cinnamon. This, make your own. This is the chocolate part, the tiramisu part. I'm gonna add just a little bit of cinnamon to that. Now let's add cocoa. I wanna say I'm adding 2 tablespoons of cocoa to the chocolate mix. Are you guys watching here? Look at that. All right, this is the tiramisu cake if you're just popping on here. All right. All right, so now let's get this going here. And what cocoa does, cocoa is a thickener, so it's gonna thicken it anyways. It'll be nice. It's a nice thickener, and if you want more chocolate, you can add, cocoa is great. Cocoa's got lots of minerals in it. Cocoa is an antidepressing, a natural cocoa is antidepressing. It stimulates the mind, and I really like cocoa. And you can see how beautiful and chocolatey and creamy that is, okay? And remember, that psyllium husk is that binder that's gonna allow this to hold. Because we're not using eggs, right? We do psyllium husk or chia or flaxseed, or you could use coconut oil like I was doing. But this will be enough, the psyllium husk. All right. So remember to settle the base here, so it's even and there are no pocket holes. Now we're gonna finish it off. Okay, this is what I recommend this is for the sake of TV time. Put your tiramisu cake, this is very important, what I'm about to say. After I did the vanilla part, put it in the freezer for 30 minutes, okay? Why is that? When you pour this on top, it'll really sit evenly on top. If you don't, it'll kind of soak in. It's gonna be fine. I'm eating this. It's going all in. Listen, but for aesthetics, you'll have a nice layer of, you could see the color. So what I'm doing right now to show you, because I don't have 30 minutes to leave it in there and then to bring it out, right? So what you'll do is 30 minutes, bring it out. Now it's firm. Now you can apply this on top and you can fix it and it won't settle down into it, right? Okay. Well, what about a taste test? Okay, sure. I think that half espresso was perfect. Perfect. Okay, cool. So the sweetness is perfect. I don't like it too sweet, believe it or not. It looked like I added a lot of sweetener, that date syrup. No. You know what you can also do is dates. Instead of date syrup, you don't have to purchase date syrup. You're gonna add about 8 dates to that blender. and blend those dates up. And as a matter of fact, I should have done that because it's cleaner, it's more wholesome, it's more raw, right? Because this has been in a process stage. But you know, I go with the flow as I'm going, but what's better, we do better, the dates. Blend it all in with that mix. Okay, cool. So that's done. And now this is gonna go in the freezer. And we're putting this in the freezer for at least 7 hours. You know what? No. It'll be, but I want it good and firm. I would just leave it overnight. Leave it overnight. Get a good solid 10 to 12 hours in the freezer. Get it good and solid. And then you take it out. What happens then? You leave it out. You're gonna serve it, leave it out. It'll thaw out within 15 minutes. Or put it in the fridge if you're gonna take it to the party. What would I gonna finish? I'm gonna finish this off with my cocoa nibs. So yummy, right? So we're gonna finish it off with cocoa nibs and we're good. This is gorgeous. Now, if you're into designs, you can always, you know, put in, which I'm not gonna do it now. You can do like a swirly, you know, you can do swirls with it. If you just add drops at a time, you can just do swirls and it'll give like a nice design on top, which would be really, really pretty. If you've done that, you know what I'm talking about. And then we finish this off with the cocoa nibs. Oh, these are sweet nibs. I thought I got the unsweet. Oh, are they naturally sweet? See, even myself, I don't always read. And that's not good. No, these are great. These are cocoa, but I wanted the cocoa nibs with no sweetener. But I was grabbing and I just... But these are great, but it's just going to say cocoa nibs. You don't need more sweetness. I like when these are plain cocoa nibs because you get that cocoa bite with that sweetness, and it's a better combo when you have that bitterness of that cocoa with the sweetness. But this is fine. This is gonna be great. I would recommend though, regular cocoa nibs. And this looks gorgeous and it goes in the freezer. That's it. Now we can cover it. If you have a cover for this, cover it up how you wish. Maybe I'll put some parchment paper on top and I'll lay something on it. If you have plastic wrap, you can, you know, I would cover this. But we're gonna it's gonna pop in the freezer because we don't want the flavor of the freezer, whatever's going on in there, to ruin this. So cover it. Okay, how simple was that? Well, do that later when I find space in there. So I will freeze that in a bit. So how easy was that? We're gonna make one last recipe. Any questions? How was that? Do you enjoy that? And here's the thing. With that base, you can make strawberry cheesecake. I gave you the base. You can add strawberries instead of the chocolate. You can add blueberries. Peach is coming. We got peach season in summer. You see, the sky's the limit. This is the base, and now you make it your own, and you can layer it. One of my favorites is the strawberry. That was my best seller when I sold the strawberry. And I would blend the strawberry with half of it, and then I would top it with strawberries. Oh, that was so good. And with the strawberry, I like a little bit more lemon. What do you think of Epicurean cutting boards? I haven't used it. Is it good? I don't know. Do you have it? I'm not sure, but I've heard of Epicurean, but I haven't used them. Oh, okay. No, well, thank you for letting me know. I'll have to get, invest in one for sure. A good cutting board. I got a mini one here just because my kitchen is small. If I have it too big, it just, it doesn't look right. What do you think? Yeah, so do you have to soak the dates? I would soak them, yeah. You don't have to. I didn't right now, but I would. It makes it easier to blend, especially if your blender is not a Vitamix. Oh man, I don't want you to break your stuff, right? So I would soak the dates. These dates were medjool dates, organic. How long do you soak the macadamias? All right, so that's good. Let's make the last treat for today. How are we doing? Is that good? Can you make this yourself, you think? Are you gonna make it at home now? You can make little cupcake bites out of this. It doesn't have to be a cake. Get your cupcake mold, all the cupcakes, and do cupcakes. And you can have them in the freezer and you have your cheesecakes there. All right, let's do this. Okay, next is my favorite. This is my addiction, but I have to be careful. I can't have too much because then what happened? I just went on another 38 days of juice fasting and I blame it on this. So even though it's raw, here and there, okay? But it's a much better alternative than whatever's out there that's processed and has flour and bleach and causes mucus, but also nuts. Too many nuts can, be tricky. So yeah, but let's make it because it's great to have these fudge balls around and we're gonna make it nice and healthy. This will be like a healthier version that I've made. I haven't done it this healthy yet. Okay, so this is simple. This is raw almond butter. So that's about, I would say, 2 hefty tablespoons. Yeah, I'd say 2 hefty tablespoons of that. Well, let's do 3. Because I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator actually. No, we'll freeze them. I'm gonna freeze these. Because I'm not eating all these this week or next week, by the way. By the way, I'm going to Puerto Rico and I may have a live from Puerto Rico in the kitchen where I'm going. So keep an eye out for that. And we're gonna do like smoothies and juices, something like that that's tropical. Next week, keep an eye out from my kitchen in Puerto Rico. All right, so we had 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons. Okay, 3 tablespoons, what's next? Well, I wanna add some cinnamon. I'm gonna add flax seeds to this. Hemp seeds. See, this is a health bar. This is none of that stuff, and I'm sorry, that crap that they sell when you go to the gym, all these processed packaged treats on the go. This stuff is dangerous. This is what you want to make. You're on the go, you want a quick meal that's going to give you some nice fat and protein, and that's what you want. This. After the gym, you went to the gym and you needed something just to kind of fill you, those amino acids, this is great. So I'm going to add a little bit of this Vitamineral Green. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of that, not too much. I don't want it to taste like spirulina. I mean, I want to enjoy this, but it's in there. It's in there. And so did I put a little bit of Celtic sea salt? I don't recall if I did, but let's do a little bit of Celtic sea salt. And what else do I want to add to this? Did I add cacao? I did add cacao here. No, I didn't. Okay, so here's the cacao, the fudge. You can do 2 tablespoons of that. We're gonna add some probiotics. What the heck, we're going for it. That's about 1 teaspoon probiotic powder. And you know what's great is goji berries. And I meant to get that at the store, but I would add some goji berries to this. Now let's get some dates. That's gonna be the sweetener here. Dates have a bunch of minerals. It's a full, complete, nutritious substitute for nutrition and vitamins is our dates, believe it or not. They're a whole food and they're great. They are heart healthy. Let's see. Dates, natural sweetness. It may be surprising. California dates only has 23 calories. Okay, I don't listen to the calorie stuff. I'm not one of those calorie people. I think that's a whole nother scam. And a healthy snack alternative filled with vitamins, minerals, a good source of fiber. Well, there you go. All right, so we're gonna do this here. Let me see. I'm gonna use my food processor to get this going. I'm gonna rinse this out. 1 second here. All right. This is where I had my graham crackers, so it's not a big deal if there's some of that left in here. And I do love goji berries in here. Goji berries have vitamin C. You can add that as well to this. And you could take these on the go if you're traveling, anything like that is just great. I'm gonna take these while I'm traveling next week, so take them along the plane, because I don't know what's out there, what they're selling, right? So let's see. Oh, we got this going here. There. Do you give it Let's see. You got questions? Okay. Questions here. Do you have energy? Do you blend the berries? Oh, that's a good question. Yep, I'll get to that. That's a good one. Good question. All right, here we go. Missing something here. Oh, here we go. Okay. Awesome. Okay, great. So what I could have done also, you can mix this whole thing in there and call it a day, right? But we're gonna add it to this. There's so many ways. What would make this easier is if I soak my dates, but I didn't soak them, right? So what I recommend is soak your dates. I'm gonna add remember, these are a whole complete meal. You can have this on the go after your workout. This is great. So, and people, don't worry about the sugar in here. This is a natural date. It's been dehydrated, but the minerals it has is far superior than anything out there in a protein bar or anything else they're selling out there with these sweets, right? So this is the best option we have. And it's great. It's a complete fuel system. Without sugar, please keep in mind our brain can't function. We run off of sugar, glucose. Now it depends what kind of glucose, what kind of sugar. This is from the earth, right? It's been dehydrated. This isn't what a date really looks like, but it's been naturally dehydrated by the sun. So we need to look at the benefits this has because it's great. All right, perfect. So look at that. This is great. You can also make a date paste. Date paste is known. You can add that to anything once you have date paste. Right? Taste it, add goji berries to this, mulberry, right? Taste it, add goji berries to this, mulberries. Mulberries are high in minerals and fiber as well. You can add mulberries to this. And this you can make, if you put it in like a baking tray, you can flatten them out, make bars. I make these fudge balls. These are my protein fudge balls. I call them my superfood fudge balls. All right, look at this beauty. You can see. All right, look at that. And there you go. Now I'm gonna taste it before I make them into my fudge balls. If you want that chocolate bite, toss the chocolate cake. You don't need that, you got this. Or you can make the chocolate tiramisu we just made. Oh, that's cinnamon. I like that. That's good. Okay, so now what I would do is I would just, also we can add the cocoa nibs, right? There you go. Let's see here. I'm going to read more about this really quick here. Yeah, cacao is a superfood. And it's got plenty of minerals, but I wanted to read exactly the benefits here. I just know it's a mood enhancer, natural mood enhancer, which I love that. It's a great coffee alternative as well. Another coffee alternative is chai latte, matcha. These are coffee alternatives. They don't have such a crash come down because coffee gives you that crash come down. Okay, so, and now what I would do is just make these little fudge balls. And you can freeze these. I love freezing them. They stay fresh, okay? That's what we do here. Now, if you don't have almond butter, raw almond butter, you can certainly blend your almonds in a blender or in the food processor, soak your almonds, and then you can just, you know, blend them in here. If you don't have almond butter, just soak almonds or nuts, whatever nuts and seeds you have, soak them and then blend them in here. But you want to keep this refrigerated, and you also want to keep this or in the freezer, okay? And there you go. Enjoy. Okay. Let's get to questions. Before I get to questions, let me share for those of you who want to know more about the membership, where you can find all these recipes. I do this for everyone in the membership. You'll always have guidance on this lifestyle. Juice fasting, which is what I love the most, because it's how I healed myself and how I help others guide them on their healing journey through juicing and cleansing the body and detox in this lifestyle. This is what I have for you all. And then I'm going to get to those questions right away, okay? So I want to share with you something very special to me that I've been able to share with many people on this journey to give you guidance and a better understanding of raw foods and the benefits. So if you're feeling stuck or if you want something different in your life, this is a path of that. This is a path of a healing journey that gets to the root cause. We're not suppressing symptoms here. We're understanding that disease is caused because of accumulation of waste, and we're going to cleanse the body and we're going to heal naturally. And then this lifestyle of raw foods, okay? Because this food is here for us. It's natural. It's from nature. And so it's another way of looking of healing than the medical system on medications. This is the other route, okay? There's hope. Many people have gotten off medications. Many people have healed their arthritis, their gut health, constipation for years that they've had, from hospital to free again by juicing, by cleansing, by having more raw foods in their life. So this is the option for natural healing, getting at the root cause. And so I share this with everyone because I was able to heal myself, and now, you know, so many people in this membership are on this new path, and it's incredible. Okay, so I have a membership. So if you want to join, you have all this here for you, so many resources for this lifestyle, and I'm there guiding weekly as well. This is called Raw Living Self-Mastery. And for those of you already in it, this is this we're getting towards the end here. I want to share this for those that want to know more. So at Raw Living Self-Mastery, you get workshops just like this, all in your library. So you can become a chef yourself. So if you have questions after questions of this lifestyle, you don't know where to start, my recipes are simple for you. So you are going to feel empowered in your kitchen, and you can help yourself and your family. This is for everyone, kids included, because kids also, we got diabetes with these kids. These kids are not doing well. They've got mental, I don't even say disorder, but there's a mental imbalance in children because children are not being fed properly. We need real food like smoothies and juices and salads, raw tacos, raw lasagna for the kids. Start them young, right? Because otherwise there's disease. That's the only thing that happens with that is it's going nowhere really quick. So I have in the kitchen trainings, okay? I have a juice fast coaching. So you get the PDF. As soon as you join us, you get a PDF 40-day juice fast. Do you have to go 40 days? No. You can go 7 days. You can go 21. But you're going to get a PDF. You're going to have a shopping guide. Everything I learned on my journey, for you, it's gonna be simplified so you don't have to do all the work and the time that I've spent figuring this out. It's here for you. So shopping guide and recipes for the juices. Okay, so you get that, and then I am weekly on a Facebook Live. Plus, the members always have invitations to these workshops at no cost with all the recipes, and I will have these workshops throughout the year. And so for the members, it's free. The recordings they get forever. It's in your library. So you get recipes, you get juice fast support and guidance, and number one is accountability. You have somewhere to start. You say, where do I start, Janet? I love this. Start here. And it's only $89.97 for the whole year. That's 1 year. So this whole year, let's start strong and support it, because I will be doing this for the community throughout the year. And so when it comes to detoxing, having support, because family sometimes it's tricky. They don't understand, or, you know, they're doing something else. But it's nice to have a space where, you know, I'm on the path here. And then you can inspire others once they see what you're doing. Everything we make is delicious and fresh. And this is it. So if you're interested, I'm going to put this link, and then I'm going to start answering some questions. Let's get this link going here. Where did it go? All right. Oh, here we go. So let's see. Oh, here we go. Raw Living Self-Mastery Yearly. And it's 75% off, okay? 75% off. But here's the bonus today for those of you who are here today and who watch this. I'm going to replay this. It'll be up for a little bit. But for the members, it's in the library. All of this. Where'd you go? Okay. So if you're interested, it's 75% off today. And there it is. And we have a bonus. So today for the bonus, I got a bonus. If you join today, we're going to get on the phone with me. We're going to have a one-on-one consultation. So bonus, if you sign up today by midnight, you have a consultation with me one-on-one. So that's a deep dive. And I want to see what you're doing. Where are you stuck? Let's get unstuck together, and we're going to figure this out, because that's my goal. So there's something going on that you haven't quite hit right. And, you know, I'm here to support you and guide you through that and help give you a better understanding of what is going on exactly and where you're at and how I can support you. If that means I make a meal program for a couple weeks, that'll help you get started. Daily habits I can create for you. There's something that is not clicking, and I'm here to fill that gap, okay? So you're gonna get a 1 hour, one call, depending how much time you need. So that's the bonus today. And to wrap this up, for those of you who want more information on juicing, and I know many of you here are juicing, I'm gonna be back tomorrow, 30 minutes to go over the importance of juicing, and I'll be in my kitchen. I will make 2 juices tomorrow. I'm gonna go step by step when you're here tomorrow on juicing. Why it's important, because although I love the kitchen, I'm only here doing this lifestyle because I juiced. I'm loving this because I was able to cleanse and understand what I was doing that was hurting myself, my addiction to food, my cravings. And it was only through my solitude of me and my juicing together and, you know, divine spirit, God, that I was able to understand I wasn't well. I had a food addiction. I had parasites, and I had to detox those parasites. And I tell you, this light came over my life. I quit alcohol drinking. I talked to many women on their path, and I know exactly what they're going through when it's relatable to me. And I'm just like, I was there, right? And so we're doing this for reasons of disconnection. We're not connected to our foods. We're not, and there's a disconnection. What is that disconnection? It's pathogens. It's a bacteria microbiome that's very acidic, and there are parasites. And it's very apparent. Everyone I've worked with that cleanses, they have pictures to show me. I go, that was your craving. That was the pathogen craving. And then you drink more green juice, and then what happens? Your body's more alkaline. Now you've healed that gut to where it's going to want more of these foods. And this is just so simple afterwards, right? You never want to hurt yourself again with certain decisions with food, because food can hurt us or food can love us. Food can take us to the hospital, to death. This is very serious. Or food is going to make us live long and healthy with our families and live the best life. So food is very real. It's a very important subject. But what's the solution? Oh, we have the power. Your body heals naturally. This is the positive light here. We heal naturally. It takes guidance and some support for some, and that's why I love to share this. I'm so passionate. It's very real to me. All right. Okay, so let's get to the questions here. All right. Thank you all for being here. This is a wrap for today. This was awesome. This was so helpful for you. I know, because all these little things I did, it seems intimidating, but you saw how simple it was. I threw it in a bowl. You can make it yourself. What do you love? I gave you ideas of a superfood green powder that I love, probiotics you can add, your dates as your sweetener. That's how we do it. Thank you, Gloria. All right, let's get to the questions. We got some good ones here. So what brand is your cookware? So that pot is Ceramica, and it is 100% pure. This is stone-made ceramics. They're a company USA made. I've done research on this. I love finding the best products. So I don't get any affiliation with them. Maybe I'll hit them up and hey, I sell your stuff. I'm sure there's something, but I love all of them. Toxic free. The only thing with it, when you wash this and it's hot, let it cool off, because if you put real rock, these are real rock. This is Earth's rocks. This is stone. You don't want to put it right in the water. It'll break, because I experienced that, because I didn't know. So, it was hot, then I was washed it, the whole thing. For those of you science people here, what happened? It broke. I said, oh my God. So I bought myself a new set, and I never do that again. I'll never do that. So let it cool off. Hi, everyone on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this. All right. If you have any questions, let me know. So yeah, that's what happened. So it's called Ceramica, made in USA. Do you blend the berries with the coconut part? If I was doing a cake, yeah, so I blend the strawberries with it. And a lot of strawberries, and that lemon zest, I would add lemon zest to that, because that'll bring out the strawberry flavor. And then you can top it off with strawberries. Energy, yes, you get energy with these power balls. How many dates did you use? I would recommend, I used about 8 dates. 8 dates, but you can do 10. Dates are full of fiber and minerals and energy. What is the membership called? So I put the link there. It's called Raw Living Self-Mastery, because we master our own lives. We are our own doctors. So everyone, I recommend getting a juicer, and that's your doctor's office. Without my juicer, I wouldn't be where I'm at. Without my juicer and my juicing, what's gonna give you the most minerals and enzymes and electrolytes and chlorophyll and life? You're gonna extract it straight from the vegetable. You're gonna extract it from the fruit, straight into that sunlight energy, biophotons. Dead food, cooked food has no biophotons. We are born with biophotons. We are light energy. This is science. This isn't hokey pokey. We are literally biophotons. And in time, our biophotons diminish because of all the cooked food and the colon that's congested. And the food is dead. So biophotons is your juice, your fruits. I have tried to bring biophotons so that that's our energy, that's our life. All right, awesome, Patricia, I'm so glad. Awesome, probiotic, this is Puradyme. Puradyme. Thanks, Coach K. I hope you enjoyed this, Coach K. Do you automatically renew your membership every year, Patricia? You got it. Yes, so you have Patricia, because you bought the VIP package, so you get the membership for the year. But after that, just let me know, because you will not be renewed. So just let me know, and we'll get you in. What is the size of your pan which you put the cake in? That's a really good question. I would say that's an 8 by 8. I believe it's an 8 by 8. It's a mini one, but they're great. I also have a large one if you're gonna make a party size. When you make this, please show me pictures. Show me pictures. Thank you. I love your enthusiasm. You must be doing so much right. Thank you, Sally. You know what? My juicing and my detoxing, it's all the minerals you get. Your eyes get lighter. Your sight, if you have vision, anything symptomatic with your vision, it clears up. That's the quickest thing within 2 weeks. All right. Thank you, my friends. You guys want to unplug here and say bye? Any questions before we go? Because it's a wrap. Did you guys enjoy this? What was the highlight here? And will you be making this dessert or what else? Anything else you want to learn for another time? It's a wrap. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet.
Thank you.
Okay, good. All right. Be well, friends. Oh, I appreciate you all.
Thank you, Janet.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Yes. All right. All right. Have a blessed day and see you in the membership. And I'll be back tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, everyone. What are these called in the library? Oh, so in the library, it'll say recipes. Janet in the kitchen. I'm live with the workshops. Or it'll say recipes. All right. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's wrapping it up. I'm wrapping it up tomorrow. Going over this so you understand the transition from juicing. I'll be in my kitchen juicing 2 juices. This is marker. I'll have 2 juices tomorrow. Those juices are in the protocol for our juice fasting when we're cleansing. So I'm gonna make those. They're my 2 favorite ones that I love so much, which is the green juice, the green glow juice, plus the pineapple juice. Okay, much love. I'm gonna end this recording and I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be here at 11 a.m. We're gonna do this 11 a.m. We're going for it. Stop recording. All right, here we go.
Recording stopped.
All right, end meeting for all. Hi friends, you're still here. I was just about to eat this. I was munching down my salad. Bye everyone, much love. See you later.